does Patrick dream of when he takes a little Patrick snooze?
You are fucking dreaming.
Does he dream of his new iPhone or Tom Segura in his white Thriller suit? Well, don't you worry, you little creepy heads. We're gonna try to gain momentum and you'll call and stop it dead. And then he's gonna call your preteen ass a cunt, and then he's gonna hang up cause you were probably being a cunt. Cunt, oh cunt, you probably were a cunt. But don't forget to go right now and sign up for the
overdose.
It's just
13. Good day, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. Pearl, get your Hamantash in. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the program. You better be wearing something green, because I'd hate to be the one to have to come along and pinch ya on your little cheek. Wouldn't you like that? I'm coming to you in Irishman get up gear. I'm already drunk. Could be interesting. Could be weird. Honk if you're horny. Welcome to the show, everybody. Huh? You did it. I gotta tell you, I'm drinking Kirkland bucket of whiskey. It's this is Kirkland brand 12-year scotch. Only the fucking finest. That rendered out well. But we're going strong, and I am getting over a little infection of sorts. So look, I could lie to you and tell you that I've been too sick to do shows. That's not true. I don't know why we have to go to these dark places. Fuck. We were going to have a nice, peaceful show. And you had to say his name. Thai Rivera. Fuck. Okay. Patrick, you walk down a dark alley. You see Thai Rivera at you. In your cuck instinct, you turn to run to see Dan's 7-Eleven Sushi 9 at the other end. What's your move? First of all, I don't like your whole assumption that I'm like instinctually a cuck. This is arresting to my soul. But if you're asking if I'd rather come in contact with Dan Ninen or Ty, I guess curl into a fetus, hit reset on the Nintendo, and start all this over again. I don't know. Look, I got Ty probably hates me more than Dan Ninen hates me. Ninen's got to hate himself for coming into that interview. And by the way, if you haven't seen that whole Dan Ninen interview, 3-hour interview, check it out. It's on the channel. I recently remastered it. And when I say remastered it, I fixed some audio problems that the original had. And I got rid of all the framing around the old framing we used to use around all the video. But it's still, I mean, it looks like garbage, and it's barely HD and stuff. But it is what it is. It looks worse than what you're watching right now, actually, which is crazy. But welcome everybody. Pour yourself whatever your libation of choice is. Oh, look at that. It's not going to render correctly. Also, this beard just floats. Can we, what's the point anymore? Flutterbeam. Anyway, what if Josh Denny rappels down the wall throwing Chinese stars? Is this a reference to Take On Me? The video by the band Aha. Yeah, I should go like open doors and like step through and shit. I've watched that interview with Dan 3 times. Holy shit, man, pure gold. I love the little jabs you take at him that go right over his head. Poor guy never had a chance. He just turned 30. Yeah. He didn't have the experience of an older Look at that hat change. Holy shit. The magic is ruined, everyone. Oh, God. Fuck. But anyway, drink up, get sloshed. We're just going to talk tonight. I have some light things to talk about. I've got some heavy things to talk about. Where do you guys fall? Where's your dial going? And I got to tell you, I had really is Big Irish J in the chat? If he is, Mazel Tov or Slancha or I don't know. And by the way, I don't even think he's Irish. Come on. And I know, like, how Irish are you? You old shit. Where's your pot of Bitcoin, leprechaun? Look, not everybody can be as lucky as you, old swordsy McScales. Give me heavy and make it hurt. Okay. All right. And if you want to make it really good, start tagging Roy Johnson and tell him I'm talking shit. I love the term talking shit. There was a video, Dan Ninen, by Quee or something like that. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking. Give me heavy and make it hurt. I think I just had a stroke. So anyway, I've been a little ill, but I've been honestly getting off. It's been good to kind of just unplug. You got it for your sanity. You watch these people, and this will transition very nicely into Roy Johnson. These people are unwell. Like almost everyone has lost their goddamned mind. Almost every fucking one. Now, what do I mean? I don't know. I feel like, and I don't know if it was the pandemic or it's just social media in general that is really slowly fucked up everybody's brain. But holy shit, are we just like fucked? Now, I'm 42. Okay? I'm old. At my cholesterol level and height, I'm lucky to be alive. Every day is a goddamn gift, okay? I'm serious about that. I'm also serious. Well, now, why is this not working? If I can't have my fucking triggers, and I don't mean my, my Tourette's. I also like wish that wouldn't do that all the time. You know what I mean? I could do without the fucking sounds of music. Now will it reopen? Now will it connect? And by the way, give me an audio cue, please, or I'll never know. Jesus fucking Christ.
In the world.
All right, it looks like we're working. I'm 42. It's a Sherry O'Terry bit. Roy cried because baseball was back. Yeah. No, you've all look. I'm gonna tell the truth, and I want to be very respectful to Roy. Because let me just tell you something. I like Roy. Roy's an old friend of mine. But I can't, watch. First of all, I would never say the shit you said to me. And by the way, I know it's juicy now. Everybody's like, what the fuck happened? Oh, I don't know. But I'll tell you this. I just, here's what happened. It's crazy. This is what I mean too, there. And do I have to read the shit? Okay. This is actually what happened. Roy wrote, I've got to find it because I can't even believe it. It's so crazy and cringe. And I use that word completely seriously. Not in a weird way at all. Okay, I can't even find it. Maybe I didn't keep it. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's old. What is this? Oh, here we go. Roy wrote, okay, this is real. I'm sorry I didn't prepare these. It looks as if I'll be he just posted a photo of the Tesla logo. Okay, this is what he posts, the Tesla logo. It looks like I'll be rolling in a Tesla by April, May at the latest. Hashtag I'm Roy Johnson. First of all, what is this hashtag Roy Johnson thing you're doing? Is it just to make fun of people who use hashtags? Or do you genuinely not understand hashtags? So I wrote, fuck. I write, that money is burning a hole in your pocket. Now, for context, Roy got injured a couple years ago and had a settlement with place, and got several, a lot of money, tens of thousands of dollars, good little chunk. And I think he bought an apartment. And now he's buying a Tesla. And so I was just kidding. I was just saying, money's burning a hole in your pocket. Because I told him, invest it. Or he loses his mind. Hold on. I love it when Patrick turns into old Jewish woman, Patrick. How dare you? Good day. How do I fit the hat in? Good day, sir. Roy posts, that money's already been invested. This has nothing to do with that money, you fucking dumbass. It's like, all right. Fair enough. Fair enough. And by the way, I'm roasting you. So, like, I don't care if it has something to do with the money or not. Who gives a shit? It's your fucking money. Why hasn't Tom Segura ever had you on his widely successful pod? I have no clue. Patrick got detained for throwing Wendy's menu items at a Black Lives rally. Black Lives Rally matter? Then he posts right after that, I work 60 hours a week. I can do what I want with the money I hear, you dumbass cunt. So I went from a fucking dumbass to a dumbass cunt. And by the way, I didn't say anything to provoke that. Like, this is just a stream of conscious. So then I posted a triggered animated gift, like the woman driving, going, ah, and just screaming. Oh God, okay. And then he posts, and then I saw where he called me a cunt, and I was just like, wow. And he said, not triggering, you're just a worthless fucking troll. It's like, come on, I'm not worthless. Look how fucking mad you are. You know what I mean? How is that worthless? We never, you're just a worthless fucking troll. We never have anything nice to say. No, he's got to be a piece of shit and act like you're the fucking smartest person in the world and go fuck yourself. So it's like, all right. And then he can't stop. He's it's manic with these guys. It's crazy. Wow, what do you have to say? Isn't that a negative fucking comment? What do you have to say that isn't an attack on somebody? And I said, what are you talking about? Take your meds. Cause what the fuck? You know what I mean? This is 0 to 100 real quick. I agree with Kylan in the chat. He's being very hurtful. And then Roy says, how about this? Let's hear you say one thing that isn't trying to rip on somebody else on Facebook. First of all, as if I interact on Facebook that much. Motherfucker, what are you talking about? You want to count the number of times I've insulted someone on Facebook and the number of times you've ribbed someone on Facebook? The thing is, you take my insults as like shots through the heart with a rusty harpoon. I'm fucking with you. I don't care. And then he goes, let me see you do something besides rip on somebody in Facebook and in real life and on your podcast. All you do for content that isn't attacking somebody else. And I just wrote, I'm glad you're getting a self-driving car, meaning I hope you're not typing all this while you're doing that. And he goes, well, look at that. You know how to say something without being a complete bitch. Apology accepted. Because, Lord, I know. Lord, he's turning into Uncle Roy the car salesman again. That's the closest you can come to actually saying I'm sorry and saying something nice like congratulations. That's something you really wanted. First of all, I don't know that a Tesla is something you really wanted. How would I know that? You don't talk to me about anything. We're not like actual friends. You don't talk to me about anything. The minute you have any woman in your life, you cut all your friends out of your life. It's a repetitive pattern. Ask any of your friends or ex-friends. So, you're nuts. Because when he said apology accepted, I had to make it very clear to him that he's insane. Roy's having 2/3 life crisis. 56 is rough. I said, I'm not sorry for anything. I was fucking around with someone I thought was a friend who used to have a sense of humor. Go yell at someone else, you kook. No one has any reason to apologize to you. You're acting like a little bitch. Get over yourself. Your friends bust your balls. You've made it clear I'm not a friend. Got it. Peace. And then after he was typing a response, I just deleted the whole thread. So it vanished, which pisses people off. But all right, like I won't be your friend anymore. Like what a nut. What a nut. This dude used to treat everyone in his fucking life like shit. Or everyone in his circle who was nice to him like shit when I was coming up. Like now that you're old and soft, you moved to Oklahoma and, got feelings about everything because you got a dog. Look, I got a dog too. I cry at Old Yeller. It doesn't mean when my friends, like when you came back at me and called me a dumbass, that was fine. Correct. And then you just lose it. All right. You okay, bro? Fuck. The show hasn't been the same since Hollywood Adam. You ain't wrong. What is Adam up? Can we even, is it even appropriate to look in on Adam? Does he have any kind of public life? Like, does he have a YouTube or a TikTok or a think tank? Adam bought a Tesla, I think. God, I'm waiting. They raised the price on the Model Y 3,000 again this week. They raised it 1,000 last week and 3,000 this week. I really want to order one. I thought about ordering one, and then the price went. I'm just like, once this Texas factory gets pumping in Austin, the prices have to come down a bit, right? You would think. Adam is doing merch stuff. Shut the fuck up. Are you serious right now? What do you mean Adam is doing merch stuff? We don't talk about Adam. No. Oh my God. What is wrong with everybody, huh? I will say, you do get older and you mellow out and you kind of become a nicer person. But I think it's also because you learn. I think the real thing is the older you get, the more you learn how to be happy. If that makes sense. Like, I find it really, really hard to go out in public and deal with you people. Because I'm very happy. I have a happy life. And I do things that I find fulfilling. So this past few weeks, I've done just tons of projects around the house that I've been putting off. Painting things on this, painting over like scuff marks on the ceiling. You have to get the ladder and get up there and paint. So I did that, which I've been putting off forever. I built in my laundry room / home hub / soon to be panic room. I built built-in shelves to put all my rack equipment on. Security station. You can watch all the cameras in the house. I have a gun safe. And I built a nice countertop to work on, so you can also do work in there, use that as a desk. Or fold stuff. There's no wedding. Kathleen left again. Things are on the outs. I wish you wouldn't fucking bring it up while I'm drinking. I ask you guys. I I asked for a little consideration. This is how you treat me. This is how you fucking treat me. You need a ladder to paint the scuffs. Who's scuffing up there? I don't know. There are just some like imperfections that I don't want to say splatter. It's not really mine nor your concern. And then I put in a dog door. This was quite the you ever tried to cut through stucco? It was a first for me. And I had a good time doing it. I gotta give a shout out to putting holes in your houses. I cut through the drywall. I felt around. I made sure there were no obstructions. I started cutting out the exact dimensions of the drywall from a pattern that I traced onto the wall from the dog door. The outline. And once I got that cut out, I found out there was an obstruction. There was an outlet box for the outside in the way. Now, my first idea was, fuck, I gotta patch up this drywall hole. And then I was like, well, what if I just bowed in the doggy door a little bit on the side? It'll just be squeezed in a couple inches in the middle on the side because of the outlet box. And as long as everything's grounded, so it's not going to shock anybody. It'll just squeeze my duck, keep her from getting fat, I don't want any broad Brad running around. And then I thought, well, that's not going to work. I put the dog door in. It's all steel. And it doesn't budge like that. And if you do, by the way, then it fucks up. Then it's not true. It's not like square. So it really fucks with the corners and it being level and stuff. Dog doors are perfect for burglars. Oh, just don't even fucking worry about it. I'm working with a company called Paulport. You may want to look into it. It's a steel reinforced door. And it's all smart, see? So I'd like you to try to break into it. And by the way, when you do, it will set off my alarm. I told you I built the security center, and it's gonna be great. I'm gonna be able to shoot anywhere in the house from one room. This is a central room that once I built. You ever see the bottom of one of those cool bomber planes where they got the dome underneath the plane, the undermounted dome, and they got just a motherfucker in there with a gun just shooting? That's how my whole house is. Every room has a part of the clear ball in it, and I can stick a gun out into any room. You can move the outlet over a little. It's just a bunch of screws. No, so this is the other problem. There's a stud. So the reason I didn't anticipate the outlet, I'm just dumb. There's an outlet on the other side of the stud, or else I would just obviously move the whole receptacle over to the other side of the stud. But I can't do that because it's an interior, and they're both too deep. So I removed the whole receptacle, like unwired it, sawed the box in half to the exact width I needed to get the dog door through. Once the dog door was mounted, I put like Loctite foam. I filled that whole cavity with like expanding hard foam. And then I went and bought an exterior waterproof receptacle box and cover. And then I wired it with a GFCI. But and then I did all around it too. I mean, I made sure so it comes out the half of the box that still exists, the wire, straight into a punch out into the receptacle box. So I'm not sure if it's up to code. It's probably not. Because I basically just moved it over. But the box is grounded. The receptacle's grounded. It all works. I put silicone around everything so it's watertight. No, it looks pretty good. I'm happy to get all these projects done. Cause my backyard's been a whole fucking thing. My backyard's completely been redone since I moved in. Every fucking part of it. And also, my palm tree is dying now. Paid $500 for this palm tree, and it's dying. I called up my Hernandez. I think that's his name. So I get this palm tree. I've Googled it. Again, it's a pygmy date palm. Lovely little palm tree. Hoping that it bears really good dates. And it starts... Oh, I read that you should only be watering it once a week in the winter. Maybe twice a week in the really hot summer. So... that makes sense to me. It's a palm tree. Bada bing, bada boom. It's the only plant really growing in this area of the yard that we have done pretty much specifically for this palm tree. And I changed it to once a week. Oh, I got the Wise sprinkler controller. So I could do it all from my app, smart like. And and the palm tree starts dying. I'm watering once a week. The palm tree starts dying. You can move the palm tree over a little. It's just a bunch of roots. The fuck does that mean? So it's dying. All the branches are slowly wilting now. All the leaves have lost their rigidity. So I don't know. Did he habituate it fully before planting? What does that mean? What does habituate mean? You guys have a lot of fancy words that I'm not aware of. I'll be the first one to let you know that. Basically, it was placed. It was dug out an area. It was placed there. Dirt was put around it. More dirt was added on top of it. And then rocks. Big, like river rocks. Decorative. Yes. And it has, irrigation lines and stuff. But so I call Hernandez. And I say to him, the palm ain't looking good. Come have a look. He comes over today. Get it used to the new environment gradually. What the fuck does that mean? I don't even know what that means. The HOA is secretly poisoning your tree when you're not looking because they're not allowed. Fuck. No, so Hernandez says it needs to be watered more. He's like, it's a desert, it's hot, it's starting to get hot here. We're in the 80s now in the Las Vegas Valley in March, which is crazy. Because a couple weeks ago it was like freezing, and yeah, I did wrap the palm tree. They say you don't have to wrap a pygmy date palm, that it can take a few hours of freezing, up to a couple days of freezing. But I was scared. I wrapped the whole thing up to the crown. I'm from Florida. I know how to save a plant. So, yeah, I don't know, man, but I'm worried about it. It looks sad. Everything's wilty. I want it to stand proud. I want, when you have a plant, when you have a palm, you want it to be nice. Also, I'm frankly fucking out of money. I'm really out of money. Comedy is not working out for me. Honestly, I just haven't even thought about reaching out and booking a show. I do a couple of shows in town because I like them. They're fun. They're always a good audience. Oh, except last time. Oh my God. I did one a couple weeks ago with Big Irish J. Everyone bombed. Everyone bombed. I posted a couple reels from it on my Instagram, P-Melt. Also follow us on Instagram, NL Onions. I never plugged that either. NL Onions on Instagram. It's the dumbest name ever, but follow us on the gram, NLO on Twitter. By the way, if there's any businesses that want to buy the NLO Twitter handle, I will entertain any 7-figure offers. Let's say it's Nigel's Lithium Online wants to buy it, or Noel Lippy's omelets.org. Oh God, I'm getting the whiskey burps. The burns, how they start in your chest and they don't end until you lose a friend. Is Josh Denny's claim that you got arrested for selling the cocaine? Hold on, what is this? Josh Denny's claim that you got arrested for selling cocaine to comics at the Comedy Store. True? If so, is it lucrative? I'll have you know, I got arrested for possession. Nobody gets arrested for selling cocaine to comics. That is not a charge. And no, I wasn't a drug dealer. You fucking dopes. I've done very, very limited amounts of cocaine in my life. And unfortunately, one of those times ended up with a couple police officers looking up my butthole. Who's with me? Fuck yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, not exactly quite that. I mean, there was that. Look, it's not. I think on Jeopardy they'd give him it. Oh God, but it wasn't. It's when you say oh, you sold Sword and Scale is out of it. Watch out. No. But when you say you sell coke to comics, is it lucrative? No, I don't. That's insane. There are narco corridos about Patrick. He's a legend in Mexico. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can sweep the compound here for is narcos narcotics in Spanish? What's an uit? Oh boy. Okay. Well, this has been interesting. What were we talking about before we talk about my arrest? Patrick Melton, Cocaine Cowboy. What's into it? See? Yeah, it does kind of prove the old point. So what are we talking about? What do we want to talk about today? So yeah, look, I like Roy. I think Roy's funny. I don't know what fucking happened to him, but it's one thing if you want to turn into a little fucking weirdo, soft boy. Like I don't like okay. But we don't all have to be. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is a good friend of mine, you know? I thought. It's very fucking weird for me. But also the older I get, I can't afford the shits. Do you understand? They're winding down the number of shits that I have. And that's why when people are like, Patrick, you shouldn't say something about this guy in the community. You shouldn't say something about that guy in the community. I want to be very, very, very clear. Fuck you. Shut up. Shut up. Nothing matters. Everything's a fucking video game. You're all mentally ill. This life is not real. Nothing is serious. Grow up. Okay? It's time to put some things in a bag, go into a room, and slowly consume them until you die. Okay? That's what happens when you're 30. Put some stuff in a box. Try to get a person to come with you. And just die. Slowly. But you got to be able to convert. Honestly, honesty is my worst flaw. It's just like, dude. And it's not even about like, look, we're going to get into it. Shall we? I'd love to see the doggy door, the relocated outlet inside and out, the scuff marks on the ceiling, and the security laundry room. Yeah. Email me after the show. I'd love to get you some pin codes. Show up. Tours at 2 and 7. Patrick's house smells of tears and of Kathleen leaving and pork shoulder. Yeah, follow the smoke. No, it's a pretty I don't know if a human could fit, through this dog door. A small one, maybe. A tiny boy. Maybe like a Mike in Edinburgh could fit through there. Anybody who wears an extra small t-shirt could fit through. But you'd have to go through, like, you couldn't just, like, if this is you standing, you couldn't just, like, get down and go through. You'd have to get down, turn sideways and go through, because it's wider, tall, like a dog door. Who has these dog doors that are like the whole bottom half of the door? It's like a saloon. just swings open. Dong, 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 dong. Oh, God. Also, I like that my dog will go out and confront. Be the first line of defense. And I'm very aware, if ever the house was under siege and we were being attacked by Splinter and his gang of mutant Ninja Turtles, that she would give me a heads up. Now, I'm very aware that 100% she would end up with a sigh through each eyeball. Completely dead. She's not a fighting dog. She'd bite you. You know, she'd try, but I understand that you are going to crush her skull. But that will have given me the time to get into the bubble. Activate the steel reinforced doors. Deployed all my decoys. I have those. You go into the toy store and they have the toy store in the mall, like KB Toys or whatever the fuck it was. They would try to lure you into the toy store with this little ball with a raccoon tail coming out of it, and the ball would like roll around, making like crinkle noises. And it was great for pets or retarded kids. I have those, but like human sized. And I turn them on in every room in my house so that you can sense movement and hear something going on. So you don't know where I am. And that's my strength. I've set up, a lot of houses have hallways. I've set up a whole new thing I called the honeycomb. Okay? What we do, basically, imagine this. Take everything you know about hallways and throw it into a room with no hallways. Now, extend every room in your house out to touch the next room over and get rid of the hallways, okay? Now put 3 doors in every room. And inside every room, build new hallways that lead to other hallways that lead to the other 2 doors in the room. Now, in the middle of those hallways, put doors so that'll take time. What this will also do is create a nightmare for the fire department should there ever be an emergency in your home. The point is, you have so many ways to get around, get paths, get all wood floors. You'll hear them coming. Creaky wood floors. A lot of these builders now are using new nails or even, God forbid, screws. Insist that they're nailing all anything that's going into like a floor joist, whether it's on the ground or a higher floor. No screws, old, creaky, rusty nails. Have them pre-drill all the holes to be too big, slightly too big so that they squeak. If you can, save money by buying any plywood or OSB that's soaked around the edges and has absorbed so much moisture that all your floors will be bowed around the edges. Patrick has a room of mirrors, like Enter the Dragon. Yep. Not just one. I have 3 of those, whatever he just said. So, pretty good stuff. I left my credit card at the Laugh After Dark 2 weeks ago. And I just ordered a new one. I couldn't even be bothered to go pick it up again. Because you know what? I ordered it on Sunday and I had it on Tuesday. So, like, I'm going to waste gas driving down there. And by the way, what's up with these gas prices, huh? Hubba, hubba. Is your computer overheating? Yeah, from the stress of processing your leprechaun costume. No. It's also mining Dogecoin in the background. Patrick has a secret attic with a Thai masturbatorium. I don't know if that's a real thing. Not sure if you just made this up on the spot, but this may be your best idea. Which one? Which idea are you talking about? I'm going to need more specificity. God, I might have to go take one of those Pepsi ACs, huh? I feel this old 12-year scotch burning me old throat. You know what? I'm trying to get over to Scotland for a week in August to do some shows at the Fringe. I've got a show on my dating horror story show, Bumble Me Tenders. Will be on at the Edinburgh Fringe all month long, hosted by my friend Ollie Horn. Midnight every night of the Fringe. But I'd like to get over there and do some of them. Check on my intellectual property. I do get paid for it. And but I'm afraid to go over there. Like, first of all, you know, Mikey's never once invited me to sleep in his mouth. I know I gotta get accommodation and flights, and now flights. You know what with Putin shooting at planes. Your best idea yet is the honeycomb layout, a house that's just hallways. Yep, I'm telling you, you're gonna love the way. And also, you know what I mean? When I think when the killer breaks in, God forbid it ever happened to your beautiful family, Rosh Hashanah. But I think the killer breaks in, and 2 or 3 rooms in, they really stop and take a pause for a moment and go like, I really appreciate this. You know what I mean? Like, this guy really put it together. Pepsid AC causes cancer. Try Prilosec. Who told you that? I'd love to know where you get your information. I don't know what I take. It's Costco brand. Everything I take is Kirkland. You know, I took the Kirkland vaccine. I really do. I think they have a secret. They're onto something. All the Kirkland stuff is just as good as the regular stuff. You're all crazy. Inky Jones wants to talk to you. No, I just think it'd be like $2,000 to go over there. And like, is it worth it? It's Scotland. It's Mikey. But I do miss it. The rolling hills. The beautiful I can't believe I'm going to drink another glass of this. Shall we get into a Thai Rivera thing? Guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls. Who's this guy? You might ask yourself. Racking up 300s, 200s, 100s of views on videos. He's talking shit about LA Comedy Club. I haven't seen this at all. This is crazy. Let's have a look.
I accidentally drizzled.
He's got a picture of Gooch and Jocelyn Sharp in the image. Oh, God, look at him. Rough.
Yellow juice on my titties, but we're going to get unbothered anyway. Take your alligator.
Everything bothers him.
Sound effect.
Go ahead and leave now.
He's unbothered.
Take your alligator.
He calls it unbothered, but
Angie, bye.
that's what's cute.
I just got a huge casting call.
Because everything bothers him.
I just got a huge casting call.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Unbothered by Thai Rivera. That's right, it's Unbothered by Thai Rivera.
So for people who aren't watching this, ladies and gentlemen, he has gone full bridge piercing up near the eyebrows and nose piercing, dangling cast iron piercings. He's gone hard sepia. Okay? He's losing it over here. It's getting good.
I'm your host, Thai Rivera, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. This episode is going to be as short or as long as it needs to be. I just want to tell you guys that life is going absolutely fabulously. I have been working on more stuff in the YouTube space, so Unbothered isn't necessarily going to be an hour anymore because it messes up my analytics. And if you feel like you need an hour of me, just break it up over the week because I'm putting out a lot of shit right now. So understand that it's nothing personal and I'm not ditching my botherinas, but at the same time, there's only so many hours in a week. There's only so many hours in a day. There's only so many minutes of my patience. And that's where we're at right now.
I mean, your
ladies.
Kardashian
Like I
video
said,
got
I am
100
happy with
views.
everything. I am thankful that my love for individuals outweighs my hate for humanity. And that's something I'm thankful for every day. And what I mean by that is people are great. People in groups suck. So I kind of have been staying away from people for the most part, except for people that feed my energy, people that feed my spirit, which is not to be confused with feeding into my ego, because that's not something I need. I don't understand the need for popularity with a lot of people, especially within the stand-up world. I get if you want to be popular with the audience, people don't want to see you, like that I get. But there's so many people on the Vegas comedy scene specifically that just want to be liked. And I'm like, did you the baby? Because to me, I don't think of things in those terms. But then also fortunate in that I've been popular pretty much most of my life. And some people would be like, that's so high school. Those are the people that have never been popular. The people that always talk about how popularity is so high school. No. If you've just got a good personality and people just like to be around you, you'll be popular. So I don't worry about that stuff as much as I know a lot of people do. And I know a lot of people are caught up in drugs. You know, there is a fair amount of coke on the Vegas scene, and that's not a secret.
What's happening to me?
I have no problem with
turned
that.
into
I personally
shit.
stay away from all that stuff. It's just not good for my mental. It's not good for my physical. I'm just not down with coke. Also, with the whole thing that happened with fentanyl, in case you guys didn't know or didn't watch that episode, Fu Quan Johnson was one of my actual friends, and he's one of the people that died.
Oh, yeah. You're friends with everybody.
What
What the fuck?
Everywhere else. Kate Quigley also is a friend of mine, and I know some people have real problems with Kate over the Fu situation and the fact that Fu died. But I'm going to tell you guys, as a friend of Fu for many years, I don't look at life in those
I pity the
I
Fu.
think that two adults decided to do cocaine together. It's not like Kate, from my understanding, went out of her way to give them
Stream is
fentanyl
crashing
rates.
because of the
So she
Snapchat
did. She
filters.
really
Yeah,
stupid
it's
because
going
she took
crazy,
it
huh? Look
herself
at that shit.
and ended up like suffering major
They
consequences.
can't handle the snap,
I don't look at
baby.
things in those ways where people are like, to me, it's just stupid because any one of us could end up
Oh, man.
getting messed up in some way by any one of the choices that we make as adults when it comes to those kinds of things. I did drugs when I was younger. I did a lot of drugs. I put a lot of drugs up
Prove
my nose.
it.
I smoked a lot of drugs, and for me,
For
I always
me.
knew that I was taking a chance with those.
Your
things.
Windows 98 can handle it. Bitch, it's a 3070
There was a time that I really
graphics
got
card. I have
I luckily have a
64 gigs of RAM.
about it, and he was like, just
This
lay
is
down on the
Windows
couch.
10.
And I was at their house.
It's a 10th generation i7. Eat my assholes, you bitch.
Horrible feeling. I'm sure my dad was monitoring me to a certain degree, but also I live in the
Bitch,
kind of
the
family where
state
people are
was
like,
monitoring you to a
doing
certain
that shit
degree.
in the first place. So it is what it is. Just relax on the couch, and if you die, you die. If you live, you live. And so
His dad
that's,
was
you
monitoring.
know,
Remember when
that's
you
the
wanted
way
to buy
I
your
feel
dad a
about those kinds of
coffin?
things.
That was
I
your
hope nothing
dream?
happens to anybody on the biggest comedy scene, because even though I'm not fans of a lot of people, because that's what people don't get, is it's not that I don't like people. It's just I don't think a lot of people have any value talent-wise. And I'm not in this to just be friends with everybody. Yeah,
This is
there
the
are
thing.
people that I'm friends with. There are people that I genuinely like and love. There are a lot of people that I genuinely like and love. But those people also happen to be talented.
These guys are such fucking liars, okay? And this is totally locking up now. Hold on. I bet I can fix this. Oh, we can fix it. Do you believe? I need you all to believe. Like Horde. What about now? Oh yeah, baby. Now it's sticky. How many gerbils died at the hands of Ty? Can I use the other one now with the crazy flowing beard? Yeah. That's nice. Look at that. That's nice. So, the thing about it is, I'm not even saying Ty has no talent. Like, he's got the muscle memory of a comic, and he can go up and be passable as a comic. He does shows, and it works, you know? But he'll say, and he has said, that, like, I'm not a good comic, and I have no skill, and I have no value, and da-da-da-da. It's like, but you've also said you don't know me, and you've never seen me. So, like, these guys do this thing where, like, they really can't. And this is how you can tell someone who's not genuine at all. Like, they really never do the disconnect of the person from whether it's like you can not like Dane Cook. But Dane Cook doesn't need to prove to you or anybody else that he's funny. Like, that's retarded. And if you're like, well, Dane Cook's not funny, it's like, I mean, to you, fine. But he does sell out like arenas. How did everyone know about Richard Gere and the gerbil story before the internet was a thing? Look, that's not true. So don't spread that kind of misinformation here. I've worked really hard with CNN to shut down that kind of thing. But Ty will just lie about anybody. Yeah, like this guy's telling you that like Ryan Barassa is the hottest up and coming comic, you know? Vanessa Victorson. These guys are like warehouse employees by day, shit stackers by night.
And the reason is because, like I said, I'm not here just to make friends or just to be like family with people. I have a family. I have a good family that I have a great relationship with. So why would I be going to these fucking losers and being like, you know, and I don't mean to be an asshole, but that's the way I see a lot of
his
people
audio.
comedy.
You hear that flicker in the background?
And it's like a bunch of losers that want friends all the time. And it's like, why do you want friends so badly? And why won't you be honest with your friends? Because to me, real friends are honest with each other. And I've said this before, but I don't think that I can make it any more clear, especially when it comes to stand-up comedy. Like, your real friend should tell you, no, your act, a 5-year-old could have written that. And yeah, it gets laughs every once in a while, or some people are mildly amused by it. But it's not really stand-up. It's not really any good.
He's flashing
And I
comics up
always
on the
shoot to be
screen
better.
to
You know, I'm
throw
always doing different
shade.
stuff. Like, I've mentioned that once in a while I do comedy coaching, and with the comedy coaching,
Comedy
every once in a while somebody
coaching
will tell
from
me that
Ty.
something seems
Can
a
you
little too
imagine?
offensive to them, and I'm like, well, not if you consider all the factors. You're gonna go to some
Not since
shitty comedy
Miles
coach that doesn't do
Weber
comedy,
have
not
I
good at
seen.
comedy, and you're gonna pay them what to tell you what they think you should be doing that they've never done before. Like, even some of the comedy coaches that do stand-up comedy aren't good at stand-up. They're baseline okay. They're good business people. So if you want to learn just the business of stand-up comedy, some of those coaches are great for that. They've done a great job in marketing themselves as stand-up comics when they're not really good at stand-up. So if that's what you're looking for, then have at that. Go pay for that. But if you want this over here,
Listen to
the
this
way that
audio
works is
interference.
I put
Like, when I'm not talking, it's dead silent. Listen to his hum.
a lot of thought into the things that I tell the people that actually pay for my coaching. And when people pay me one time for coaching, I'll fucking follow them around like a goddamn stalker to see what it is they're doing and make sure that they're progressing the way that they should be and giving them pointers and helping them out. And none of this is a pitch for my coaching, because really I don't want to coach that much. And that's part of the reason that it's more expensive than everybody else too, is I don't want my time to be completely taken up by me having to deal with people. Because I know when I deal with people, I do have to respect their money. I do have to respect the fact that they've given me their money. And
Imagine this. This is the guy who allegedly stole $1,200 from Ralph Turtle.
you, and I'm like, well, I don't really see shit there. then I'm not gonna take your money because I don't really feel like I can help you out. But
James
if I
Hetsky has a how-to class. Do you have trailers for any of these things?
something that I can work with, then I'll go ahead and work with you if you have the money. But that's just the way it works for me. And like I said, I'm really not trying to advertise it. I don't put it everywhere. I'm talking about you guys to it because you guys are my botherinas. And like I said,
Look,
this episode
it's
might
not
be a little
even
short, and so
like
if it's shorter
that's
than
not
usual,
true.
I at least
It's
wanna give
like I could probably make pretty good money teaching a stand-up, creating and teaching a stand-up class, or like doing an online course or something. Like I know enough about stand-up to do that. I don't care. Like that's not what I want to spend my time on or my passion on. And by the way, I'd rather do nothing than that. You know, this world, man, is a real balance between what you have to do, what you like to do, and what you need to do. You really need to find out how to balance those things. Just because you can work more doesn't mean you should. Just because you can earn more doesn't mean you should. And just because you can do things doesn't mean you should. I clearly could go around to people's houses and fucking swap out their fucking outlets for a living. Hey, do handyman shit. I don't want to do that. I want to do it for me. Otherwise, it's not really fulfilling. I like learning how to do that stuff and doing it for me. Otherwise, it's not really fulfilling. So, just because you can teach a stand-up class doesn't mean you should. And just because you are teaching a stand-up class doesn't mean you're not a good comic. One of them probably has way more consistent income. There's always a fucking ocean full of Ryan Barasses and Anthony Victorsons Claire Howley's. And by the way, 2 years ago, Alex Ansels that'll come along and fucking think you're like hot shit because you perpetuate yourself to be that. And look, you've done a lot of stuff, but you're in a very similar position to me. You peaked a while ago. Probably. You know, so I mean, what are you? And by the way, fine. But you got to be real with it. You act like you're like still on some sort of trajectory upward, like to do something. It's like, Ty, honey, you're like poking holes in your face while simultaneously injecting it full of shit. It's like, that's not how physics works. You can't just pump your face full of shit and then keep poking more and more holes in it. And by the way, all the tattoos look like children doodled all over your face. This is the kind of guy you get into a conversation with accidentally, and then you have to spend an hour trying to figure out how to excuse yourself while he continues talking. Yeah. Fuck, man. It is painful. I agree.
You guys 100% honesty. You guys too. You guys take time out of your day.
I don't want to hear a pitch
Watch
for your
my
coaching.
podcast. And to me, in a lot of cases,
To
that's
me.
more as blah, blah, blah. Or you can interchange the pronouns, and it could be a her. Because every single person I've gotten into it with, their friends come to me later and tell me, and sometimes even in the moment come to me and tell me, this is what I don't like about them. This is what they did to me that wasn't necessarily the nicest thing in the world. Because of somebody else's unprofessional behavior, but I don't hold hard feelings towards that person about just being.
I think he's talking shit about Delilah, who we may hear from.
Developed enough to do the things that they have to do to actually because the people that do show up, because some people will show up anyway, and the people that do show up are like, yeah, it was kind of a empty room and it was a sad situation, and then I have to travel to go do this sad situation. So I just
Bitch, you just headlined in a fucking tent with no electricity and posted a photo of it like, killed it, love my shit.
And so, you know, it's like, I mentioned my friend last week that messed up with my lighting, and we've talked since then. And I was very clear with them about the way I felt about that situation, and they watch my podcast, so they also know how I felt from the podcast. And I'm not going to backtrack. Like anything you
Yeah.
hear on the podcast,
Oh, hold
I will
on.
tell you.
Hot breaking question here for me. Denny said you also had a trust fund. Oh. I'm telling you 100%. 100%. I've had nothing of the sort. When my mother died, nothing got left to me. When my father died, I don't know what my father might have could have had. I'll tell you what I have from him. A rock that he carved and some photos. Oh, I have his medals from Vietnam and his Purple Heart. A lot of like his old photos. I didn't see any trust funds. Patrick definitely has a trust fund. Ask yourself, how is he affording a house, a pool, and a palm tree on a comics salary? The answer to all these questions and more next week on the Nobody Likes Onions show. No, I'm just kidding. What if we just ended like that? Shit. No trust funds. Believe me, god damn do I wish. And by the way, this is the funniest part is Denny talking about something like that. This is a guy who was given hundreds of thousands of dollars of Croc stock when he worked for Crocs, he said. And then he's like, yeah, I just blew it all. On what? Paying whores $50 extra to let them take your pops in their mouth like this is. Remember this stuff? On what? Calcium deposit removers? On what? Re-education camps for old racist dad? You blew it all on what? Not drinking ever in your life? You blew it all on what? A $36,000 Toyota? And by the way, one of the things Josh will throw at me all the time is like, or throw out about me all the time is like, oh, Patrick didn't have any problem letting me pick up the tab when we went out to eat and stuff in the early days. And it's like, yeah, you told me that you had a corporate credit card from Crocs and you put shit on it all the time. And it didn't matter. Who cares? Now, any friend who said that to you, you'd be like, oh, okay. Like, fuck. And we'd always got to eat at like expensive places and stuff. And you'd be like, don't worry about it. Crocs. And Crocs would pay it. So, like, I'm a piece of shit because we both did that to your company. And by the way, if I had a corporate card from a company, like, I wouldn't have done that for my friends, you dummy. So that's a nothing. Now what? And by the way, you know, I paid for a lot of stuff later on down the road. Now, I didn't pay for a lot of stuff down the road that you wanted to do that didn't necessarily include you, but you thrust yourself into. But that's not my apartment. That's not my apartment. Because I just saw a sweet apartment in LA. He does. He still lives in my apartment. That's crazy. It's crazy. More Thai. Sorry, I can't believe he's talking about LA Comedy Club. He's really burning this one, huh?
Person. Like that happened to me with LA Comedy Club. You know, I had said something about them having stale talent, and they did have stale talent at the time. You know, outside of Butch Bradley, most of their talent was stale. And I've been working with LA Comedy Club for a long time. And
This is true. And again, I've my first show at LA Comedy Club ever was 2008. And I headlined there for 8 years until Butch Bradley came in. And now I don't work there. Now, I guess a lot of people don't know this story. I'll fucking tell it. Butch Bradley came here from Atlantic City because he had a failed comedy club there. What made his comedy club fail there was a giant takedown effort on my part for over a month because this motherfucker hired me for shows and didn't pay me. I have so much evidence of this in texts and emails. Go to hideawaycomedy.com. If you want to see it. Death threats from this motherfucker. Okay? Lies.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what I was told, that you were mailed 2 checks. Okay? I was told you were mailed 2 checks and that those checks were not received by you. At the next stage, I was told that it was being deposited. Kobe's got money. He's not paying you.
That's his business partner.
It was poor business practice that you weren't paid quickly.
Thank you.
I apologize for that. That's about it. You know what? I bet. Guess what?
Then he turns not so nice.
Because I already put a fucking call in to a.
He said, "I hope you're recording this."
You know what? I bet. Guess what? Guess what? You record this because I already put a fucking call in to a monster place that I'm going to tell the story on.
So he contacted somebody he knew at Howard Stern, and he thought Howard Stern was going to let him come on and bury a nobody comic, me. And I was told this was laughed at by everyone it was presented to. And everybody thought Butch was sad for doing it. You hired me. It's $1,200. And wouldn't pay me. And still won't pay me. Trash talk me. Lie about me. Try to go on a big show and platform and cancel me. Badmouth me to clubs I've worked at for years. And now I don't work at those clubs. And I'm the piece of shit? No.
So it's going to be awesome. Because I want you to know something. I'm your fucking friend. We all fucked up. And you are hurting comedy right now. Because everyone was paid but you.
That's not true.
I'm sorry.
I found 2 other comics who weren't paid. I found 2 other comics who weren't paid by him. He hired a guy for a New Year's Eve gig and $500 and didn't pay him. He would make guys in his local town buy him drinks and shit for open mic stage time.
Pay you. But you aren't going to put that on, are you? Why would you be fucking trying to fuck me over when I'm the only... Are you putting money in comics' pockets? No, I am. I worked my fucking dick off to get where I am. And if you think for 1 fucking minute I'm going to let you fuck that up, you're dreaming. You are dreaming, man. You're dreaming. You are fucking dreaming. The call I got going in is going to be your career ender.
Yeah, so that was what he's going to end my career. So then a couple years later, he moves out to Vegas. Somehow he gets into LA Comedy Club, gets his hooks in there. He's got a residency there. He does a show 5 nights a week there. Butch is very funny. I'm not Thai Rivera. I won't lie. I think Butch is very funny. Butch thinks I'm very funny. I have it on tape where he says I'm funnier than him, which makes me the funniest comic in Vegas. Butch is very funny, and Butch and I think, would get along and be friends, and I should be working that club. Butch can't swallow his pride. Butch can't call me and go, I fucked up. And by the way, what's even more fucked about this whole story is in 2018, Butch and I met at a coffee shop and talked and kind of squashed shit. And after that, Butch said he would do some things for me. He's never years went by. He's never made an attempt to do those things for me. It's fine. I didn't really like push it. And then he starts talking mad shit about me again. I hear from the third time I heard it, I was like, fuck this guy. And I put the website back up, hideawaycomedy.com, that shows his death threats to me. How the whole thing went down, where he didn't pay this is $1,200. It's like, that's shitty, bro. It's shitty, bro. And you can work the club, LA Comedy Club, and you can win all the awards and get all the accolades. But every comic, I'm going to make sure every fucking comic in Vegas knows, you hired me straight up legit to work your club in 2015. It flopped. No one came to the shows. And when I say no one, I mean no one. I'm summarizing. You wouldn't pay me. Now, look, when I say we did, 4 shows. But a lot of shows got pushed. I'll come to the late show instead. A lot of lies were told. More than just not paying. You're a shady motherfucker. You wronged me hard. And I don't give a fuck. You can say I'm the bad guy for talking about it. I don't give a shit. You're lucky I make no other stinks about it. You know what I mean? You're lucky I don't bomb your fucking ratings everywhere around here. I don't care. I want you to do well. I hope you're doing well, and I'm glad you're doing well. You need help. You're mentally fucking ill. Give me my money. And he's right. And this is unfortunately, something that a couple clubs here in town suffer from. The lineup at LA Comedy Club is stale as fuck. Now, it doesn't matter because it's Vegas and they get a constant rotation of fresh fish, new meat coming in every fucking day. That's the beauty of Vegas. So it doesn't really matter. You can put on and by the way, the show doesn't even have to be good, and I'm not saying it's not. But it's like a haircuttery in an airport. If the haircut's bad, you got a flight to catch, and you're never going to see this guy again. Now what? Okay. If the comedy show's bad, oh well, you and your wife fly back to fucking Shreveport in 3 days. You're never going to come to this comedy club again. Also, why they can have the same guys there in 2 weeks. It's a stale fucking lineup. It is. When you have the same headliners 3 or 4 times a year, it's a stale fucking lineup. It is. And look, you don't have to, but it when you schedule things like that and do things like that, it does permeate into other areas of your club. Now, look, they just opened a new room. Look, I like Matt. Matt and Joaquin, they're the owners of the club. From what I hear, Matt doesn't like me pretty much anymore, which this is all crazy because, again, I worked there for years. Matt told me I was welcome there, but I've also heard through the grapevine that Matt doesn't like me. So it's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but if everyone was just honest, all this shit would just get squashed and you wouldn't have to work on it. And you shouldn't be afraid to say that a club's stale. The lineup is kind of stale. It is. And that's not like, just to compare to other clubs, it is. But a little bit of that has to do with them having residencies. Like they have a redneck magician every night at 6 p.m. Butch Bradley's there almost every night at 10 p.m. So the 8 p.m. is like their nightly show with a headliner. And then it's like the same fucking 10 guys over and over and over, and all the locals, the same guys over and over and over. And I'm not saying don't work these guys, but it's not inaccurate to say their lineup's stale. And by the way, the Comedy Cellar is a very stale lineup too. It just is.
Mentioned that on a particular episode, and I don't know if people thought I was going to get in trouble or whatever the fuck, but I don't care. That's the way I felt. That's what it was. And so when I was talking to one of the owners, Matt Chavez specifically, was who I was talking to on the phone a couple weeks later, and that was by his choice because he had to go on vacation, and so he wasn't, up to the minute on what I was doing. And I was like, just so you know, you're going to end up hearing on my podcast, if you listen to it, or if anybody decides to tell you about it, that I think all of the talent there is stale. And he was like, well, who do you think is stale on my... And I was like, all of them. Just look at your lineups. I mean, like, it's people that don't really work in stand-up. And I could name names right now, like who I told him, because I...
But these are the people who are at like your level, Ty. Like, you're the kind of comic that headlines LA Comedy Club. I'm the kind of comic that headlines LA Comedy Club. Like, those are the kind of clubs we headline. You and I aren't headlining weekends at improvs a lot. So this is more dishonesty and spin from Ty. So this isn't quite honest. And by the way, I'm not even commenting on the quality of the headliners they have. That's for private. I'm saying they repeat acts constantly. They don't really branch out for new talent often. And it's sad. It's sad. Now, I don't know what they're paying now, so I don't know what they could bring in. But I imagine they're about 1,000 a week headline, 1,000 to 1,500 a week headline, which again is not high end. This is why Butch Bradley's whole thing is so ridiculous.
I did actually name names, but why would I have mentioned them on this podcast before and told you guys I think they're stale? And
like, these guys aren't not funny. Jocelyn Sharp and Gooch are like just horrible people to use for examples of not funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a bad pick.
I think they're nothing, and that's what it is. And it's not just an opinion.
I think they're nothing, and it's not just an opinion. It's like, yeah, it is. You started that whole thing with I think.
Like, they don't really do well in front of audiences. It's just for some reason they got grandfathered in the Las Vegas comedy scene, and they continue to get spots at the smaller rooms. And the funny thing about that is people give them spots on the, local.
These guys work some of the best rooms in town. Brad Garrett's and stuff. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't work these rooms.
Shows thinking like they're going to be my in to the LA Comedy Club, not realizing that even though I don't deal with
LA Comedy Club too. Like Matt Chavez the other day tweeted like LA Comedy Club is the comedy store of Las Vegas. It's like, it isn't though. It isn't. Like, and by the way, don't try to be. Like, you shouldn't try to be that anyway. Like, that's stupid. But you're definitely not that. And one of the ways you're not that is because the comics coming through there aren't like, it's the same stuff over and over and over again. It really is. They're doing great. Like, they're killing it, and they will kill it. Las Vegas is a different market. In LA, they'd be crushed. They'd be crushed. You couldn't keep up. You couldn't keep up. So when you say like we're the comedy store of Vegas, like, I have to laugh. That's crazy. The new club looks beautiful. The old club was great. I liked the old club. It felt, New York-y. The new club looks beautiful. I'm sure you're going to fucking kill it. I'm sure I'll never work there again. I don't care. But don't try to be the Comedy Store. That's dumb. That's a dumb goal too.
Comedy Club currently. I still have more influence than those losers do at LA Comedy Club. So it's like everybody here.
He doesn't.
Here's one
He
of the
doesn't,
problems
by the
here.
way.
Everybody here is kissing ass, but they don't know which asses to kiss. Which, and I prefer you not kiss my ass because kissing my ass won't get you where you want to go anyway. I'm the kind of person that, like I said, that goes especially for professional recommendation. If I don't think you're shit, I'm not recommending you. And I don't care how nice you are.
It's not true. You'll take anybody with a fucking car.
Long. The only reason they're tired is because they haven't seen anything of real quality. So if you go up and you're a comic like me and you just kill it for them, they're going to love you just the same. And I've even called out before. I know you were brought here by one of your friends and you feel like you're hostage and you paid too much for parking and you paid too much to get in this club and you're paying too much for those shitty ass fucking drinks of yours. But I'm not part of any of it. So you can either laugh or not laugh. It's the same for me because I didn't have to bring a single fucking person. And that's something I said outright on several of the bringers that I've been asked to production, played out with the tricks thing and all that stuff.
Oh God, you can't let anything go.
Been like, yeah, we don't do that at our club, and that's all it should have been. But several times, repeatedly, LA Comedy Club let me down. So as far as us being friends, that completely got wiped because
You guys hear that? He's not friends with a club anymore.
Friends would be more arbitrary, neutral, and honest about what was going on. When I show up to your club just to do a guest set for Butch Bradley, who's one of your headliners, and has told you that that's why I was there, and somebody physically attacks me, like maybe I did something.
What's up, pussycat?
respect you,
Whoa.
I'm not going to go there and pretend that I'm friends with you or pretend.
Should we do a
that I
bong
like
rip?
you. I mean, like, I'll go when I feel like it.
What does
if
that
I
do
wanna
to
watch
the,
friends on a show and I'll behave like a professional.
snap?
But the last time I was there, because, if you know anything about LA Comedy Club and the way comedy clubs in general work for comedians is we don't have to pay to go to comedy clubs usually. Unless there's a special event and somebody's really popular and completely sold out, you don't have to pay to go to a comedy club. And even though my relationship with LA Comedy Club hasn't been the best, I still don't have to pay to be there. But last time I went there, I went as an audience member and I paid for my ticket online and I was there to watch Carlos Anthony's show. And I put my phone in Carlos Anthony's face. We're friends, so it wasn't like I did it in a shitty way. I would never do that with Carlos Anthony.
Yeah,
He would
totally.
never
I
do
get
that,
it, bro.
We're actual friends, though. Like, I really like Carlos Anthony. But when I say actual friends, like, I like him. I encourage him. He likes me. He encourages me. I love his girl, Jen. She's great. And
That's
always
really,
shout her
really
out.
dope.
And, I will allow you to get enough rope to hang yourself. And your friends are enabling you to, like, really
Listen to how
recognize.
I can't.
That's what
I'm
it
sorry. I
is. Your
can't listen to
friends
this
are really
ratty
enabling you.
audio anymore. It's really rough. It's a lot of alliteration. Anyway, whoa, wow, wee, wow. Hey, have you guys donated to Ukraine? Real quick. I'm not about to leave, but soonish. We're doing 20% off Overdose memberships with promo code Omicron. Now, look, I've been taking a big break. So this code will go on for another month, okay? So join at any time, save 20% on a membership, monthly membership with code Omicron. But you're right. I've been slacking. Why would you sign up to give me money? Matter of fact, several of you have canceled your Overdose memberships, and that really, really, really hurts.
Oh no.
I need your money to live. So how
dare you?
dare you? So look, I want to make it up to you. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm St. Patrick. I'd like to make a deal with you. I'm not going to put a graphic up on the screen. This is a real hush-hush, secret. I'll put it out once on Twitter, once on Instagram, and once here on the show. And you sign up for Overdose membership, annual membership, for the next 48 hours only. Code Patrick. $75 annual membership, and that will renew at $75 until you ever cancel that membership. I've done this 3 times. Oh, God. Ever. I'm clearly drunk. This is a Hail Mary move. This is almost half off an annual overdose membership. Code Patrick, $75 a year. This will charge you, okay? This is a deal. I shouldn't have to tell you. This is a deal. I don't know what the percentage off is. It's something crazy. Join now. We're about to drop our all new merch for the summer. You're going to like it. Some new cool stuff. It's the last chance to grab any of the long sleeve stuff on the store now. And the hats on the store now. I got to let you know, these are some of my favorite hats. If you haven't seen the white hat. No, that's not one. That's a different one. They're great. NobodyLikesOnions.com/store. And of course, if you're an Overdose member, you'll save on everything you buy from the store. Weren't you sent one of those new Mac monitors to spontaneously review? What are you talking about? What you talking about? I have a 27-inch iMac, Intel, the last Intel one from 2020. I wanted it. I wanted the nostalgia of it. They still haven't released a big iMac yet. I like that new Mac Studio they released. That looks hot. Anyway, it's 48 hours. Promo code Patrick, $75 a year for Overdose. It's the best deal we've had since 2014 for Overdose. The best deal since 2014. It's 48 hours only. I'm done talking. Get out of here. Promo code Patrick. And that's my prize to you. Make it up to you, because I've really dropped the ball on the Overdose content. I got some things that I have put out in months, and they need to come out. The people need to hear it. In the spirit of Roy and I's friendship being over, maybe I'll put out the original Roy and Patrick fight episode that's never been released. It's when Roy and I fight in 2009 in my townhouse in Florida. While my girlfriend listens awkwardly in the other room. It's real cringe stuff. But how about this? Let's do a little project. If 25 people sign up for Overdose, that's not a lot. If we get 25 people to sign up for Overdose with promo code Patrick, that's $75 for the year. Renewing at that price in perpetuity. I will put up the Roy and Patrick argument show that has never been put up on the Overdose. I've played little snippets of it here and there. It's a real cringe argument that involves boat shoes and t-shirts. I wish I could explain it more, but we're talking about a piece of NLO lore. This is like 13 years old, but we'll try to do it. Things aren't going great. The Ukrainians are dying in record numbers. All the hype YouTubers have the new monitor and the Mac Studio to review. I'm not a hype YouTuber. I'm just trying to figure this YouTube thing out. We have 15 viewers right now. How am I hype? I can't even get the 15 people watching it to push like. Can't even get anybody to do a super chat. You know? God forbid somebody throw me $5 so I can get a sandwich when I'm done with this. I'm drunk. It's not like I have a whole freezer downstairs and I can just go pull things out and eat them. The things in there are frozen, okay? They're frozen. I can't barbecue a pork butt tonight, okay? I can't just, pull out a pound of ground beef and instantly turn it into burgers or tacos. These things take time. I'm not like you, okay? I don't have a wine fridge full of Nestle drumstick ice cream cones with caramel cores. Have you ever heard of a man? Are the old episodes with Chef on the Overdose? Yes. There's a lot of stuff that is malfunctioning on Overdose. What I'm working on doing, I'm going to put a button on every Overdose page to report something that's not working and hopefully get it fixed within 48 hours. If there's a person who'd like to do all that work for free Overdose and a little bit of dick sucking and a couple nipple pics, hit me up. I got to get back to that team of producers thing. I need to find some local people here in Vegas. God, I need 3 me's is what I need, fuck, I'm so good at all the behind the scenes stuff, but I don't have time to work on any of it because I got to do the front of scene stuff. And this is exhausting. Talking to you idiots, we're coming up here on 2 hours. Hey, is that episode where Johnny B used the N-word 100 times in the first 15 minutes on the Overdose? I don't know what episode that is. You act like I have some fucking, Dewey Decimal brain or some shit. Okay? I've made it very clear. This is my real beard. Oh, God. I can't believe they aha'd my set. Hey, is that I'll cancel and sign up again. Fuck you. You're like my richest guy. I want to go on your yacht. Why don't you take me on one of your fancy vacations? I'd like to bring Kathleen. We all kick back. Did you figure out who hacked into your WordPress and broke everything? When? What the fuck are you talking about? I have one of the most secure systems, and I invite anybody to try to root my shit. Please don't. I installed Jetpack for WordPress. I'm pretty sure it's invincible. I've got Jetpack. It's solid. You ever heard of a website with Jetpack being hacked? I didn't think so. Okay. I gotta go to Sonoma Wine Country. Next week I'm getting a root canal and a crown. Fuck. And then I'm getting a periodontal cleaning done on my whole mouth. I go to the dentist once every 10 moons. And by moons, I mean decades. No, I gotta get a fucking root canal next week, though. Tuesday. I'm gonna make that joke to the dentist, and if they laugh, I'm out of there. I just go hey, what day is today? As I'm leaning back in the chair, and they're like, it's Tuesday, and I go, oh, Tuesday. And if they laugh, I'm out of there. I put my fingers in my mouth and whistle for my horse. And I jump out the window and just ride home. If I am drunk, if you think Tuesday is funny, ooh. I don't want any part of all this. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We're going to try to do a show this weekend. I'm still trying to get Tom Baum on here to talk about hitting Thai Rivera in the face. And I'd love to get some more comics. I think we're gonna have Jocelyn Sharp come on the show soon. Love her. Great energy, Jocelyn, you know, for as much shit as Ty talks about her. She's a nice lady. It bothers me that your SM7-1 is under your beard. It's an SM7B. So I don't know who told you otherwise. And frankly, that upsets me. I'm out of here. All right, I gotta go smoke some more weed and take a Pepsid. What did you say to take? Prilosec? Pepsid A Prilosec.
Your manner is most unbecoming of a gentleman. Would you be high on cigarettes?
I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes.
A question posed to stupid hoes who don't get it yet. Excuse me, miss. Are you high on cigarettes? I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes. All the laughter that you dig, boy, if you listen to the show, boy. Patrick melting faces. Have you stacking NLO point? It's the low point, not the reason. The reason is fucking gold. Gonna make the taco pony party be a party of soul. To make you van.